Season's greetings, the holidays are here, and really what better way to celebrate the occasion than by reviewing what's bound to be the hottest commodity of the upcoming season. And yeah, this is all I got going for this video. I was thinking about going upstairs to the living room. I do got my tree and decorations all set up, but the acoustics are not exactly optimal for this kind of thing, and my cat, I love her, I really do, but she keeps messing with the damn camera and the tree, and I can only distract her with snacks for so long. But yeah, the next iteration of Super Smash Bros. Is here, and it's been a while since I last looked at this series, hasn't it? That was way back in 2014. I can't believe it's been that long already. Last time I looked at the whole series ending with Super Smash Bros. 4 for the Wii U and 3DS when they were just released. Since then, they got a whole bunch of added DLC characters, some completely out of left field. Like Bayonetta, I mean, who the fuck thought she would be in the game? But then we had Ryu from Street Fighter, Corrin from Fire Emblem, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. Holy shit, that was a magical time. It was, for as much as it mattered, the go-to game for the Nintendo Wii U, and to some, the only game for the console, because yeah, the Wii U wasn't exactly a rousing success. Well, the Wii U is long gone at this point. The Switch has effectively replaced it and then some. It's doing remarkably well with awesome games like Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, amongst much more. And this year, Nintendo's next big gun was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, to some the most anticipated indie game of the year. I swear to Christ, folks act like Masahiro Sakurai did everything for this game. Look, I know he's the director and has the most important job, not to undermine that. But let's not forget the assload of others responsible for making this too. They mean just as much. I mean, you shouldn't forget about them the first time because yeah, I skipped these when I gotta get a move on. Well, alright then, let's jump into the game. And just a heads up, I won't be breaking down every little minute detail. I felt I did enough of that for my previous Smash Bros. Video, which I'll leave a link to in the card up top. I'm also going to be spoiling a couple of things, not anything from Adventure Mode, but some stuff from the other single player content, so if that's a problem for you, well, you're better off just playing the game for yourself, but I thank you for stopping by anyway. Anywho, let's see what the next Smash Bros. Brings to the table. And yeah, man, Ultimate was the right word to use. It's one thing to have the Splatoon characters confirmed when the game was initially announced, but come this past E3 2018, they brought back everyone. Snake, Wolf, Ice Climbers, the Forgotten Melee Fighters. Seriously, who thought Pichu would ever come back? I certainly didn't, but they're all here. And we got some new characters on top of that. Ken from Street Fighter, King K. Rool, Incineroar, Simon and Richter, Belmont, Dark Samus, Ridley? I've never been particularly picky with who I wanted in a Smash Bros. Game, but this roster, I've never been so perfectly content with a roster in a fighting game. I have no complaints at all here, and if anything, I find it a little overwhelming. Look at all these fighters. Maybe I'm out of touch a bit, but I never thought any game would ever supersede Marvel vs. Capcom 2's complete roster, and no, Mugen doesn't count. I'm always going to have my selected mains, but in time I hope to get my money's worth with all of these characters. I feel like it'd be such a waste if I didn't. And now some also have some spiffy alternate costumes. I'm still always going to be privy to Mario's NES golf outfit, but now he has his Mario Maker gear and wedding outfit from Mario Odyssey. My favorite has to be the Luchador outfit for Pikachu, or as my friends call her, Arpika, seeing as the Pikachu is female. I love that name. I know this has been a thing since Pokken, but I love this look. I'm never wearing anything else. Also, holy fuck, look at the amount of stages there are, from Saffron City to Rainbow Cruise all the way to Palutena's Temple. A majority of the series representation is here and accounted for, and you can not only play 8-player Smash on all of these now, but you can also give them the battlefield layout, the final destination layout, or if you really like the stage design but hate dealing with obstacles, you can just turn off the stage hazards, although the Great Cave Offensive is still just as offensive. Sadly, they didn't bring back every stage. I would have liked Pokefloats from Melee to come back, but that isn't here, and one of my favorite stages from Smash 4, Orbital Gate Assault, was unfortunately cut from the final product as well. And in terms of new stages exclusively for this game, there isn't much. We have New Donk City from Mario Odyssey, Moray Towers from Splatoon, the Great Plateau from Breath of the Wild, and Dracula's Castle from Castlevania. And these are great stages, I love them, but if you're hoping for a little more, then you'll have to wait until the eventual DLC. Should be interesting. We got Piranha Plant coming in February, and eventually Joker from Persona 5, as well as 4 other characters being released throughout 2019 and early 2020. But even then, right now, we still have over 100 stages to choose from, and dear God, so many damn musical tunes. I spent nearly 2 hours just customizing stage themes to my preference. I struggled the most with Castlevania. These are all so good. Damn, man. As far as content goes for hosting your smashing festivities, Ultimate, yeah, there's a lot here. There's a part of me that thinks Ultimate is not as colorful as before. I mean, the game still looks amazing, and the little graphical effects for special attacks and launching your opponent off stage are just as good as ever, but I think they wanted a more grounded color palette this go around, resulting in something that's not as washed out as Brawl, thankfully, but not as vivid as Smash 4. I need more time for this one observation. I could be just misremembering, but gameplay still delivers with great response time, short load times, and silky smooth frame rates. Not to mention, you can still use your GameCube controllers for this. It will never die. Well, okay, the Pro controller is also a great choice. I gave it a try a couple of times and it felt wonderfully natural. Really, I feel this video is mainly a formality because, I mean, it's Smash Brothers, folks. There's no game I could recommend more for some frantic multiplayer action, and Smash Brothers Ultimate delivers on just about every front. Once more, up to 8 players can hop in, choose their favorite characters, and duke it out in one of the many stages available that celebrate not just Nintendo's long history, but video games period. You can enable items to further increase the sheer chaos from guns, explosives, Pokeballs, the Grim Reaper's scythe, and there's a hefty amount of new assist trophies that can aid you in battle. I see Alucard's rocking the Chrysagram from Symphony of the Night. He's certainly not fucking around it, so he probably wants to go back to sleep. But if you don't want items on, you can always turn them off and make it more personal. I love how the game zooms in now when you make a killing blow. In a bigger stage, it may not be entirely fatal, but every other time that shit spells victory and it feels good. The gameplay overall is a tad faster than Smash 4, still not melee fast if that's super important to you, but honestly, I feel that ship sailed years ago. I think this is perfectly fine. And the sound design is extra crunchy. I tell you, man, it feels really good to strike your opponents, and like I said before, good sound can go a long way. But let's see here. Tournament mode is back, thank the gods. This is seriously going to make events so much easier to set up in the future. There's this new squad strike mode that lets 2 players choose multiple characters at once for some varied 1v1 action. It's not exactly tag team, seeing as you can only switch characters when the other one is knocked out, but I find this more exciting than the standard 1v1. Matches are certainly longer this way for sure. Now, as far as online goes, well, for the first time you technically need a membership to try it out since Nintendo rolled out the online service a couple of months back. But in terms of its actual performance, okay, so I went and purchased an Ethernet adapter for this game specifically because online Smash always has been a fickle thing. And I know this varies greatly between different people anyway, since Smash uses peer-to-peer for its Wi-Fi battles, but so far, I've had almost nothing but smooth battles. Once in a blue moon I will get a match that has some latency, and there's always going to be some degree of latency no matter how good the connection is, I realize, but maybe it's just because of the adapter, or maybe coincidentally I fought against people that also had the adapter or bitching Wi-Fi. But online was damn good for me, easily the best online experience I've had in Smash so far. But I'm talking just the match quality. I feel the online options could have been reworked. You can't set up totally customizable lobbies against randoms. You can set a preference, but good luck getting the game to actually honor that shit. You can tell them all you want that you prefer 1v1, no items and final destination until the fucking sun rises, but the game can still pit you against up to 3 other folks with items turned on, and whatever stage is pulled from a hat. It's kind of a mess. But matchmaking is something they're working on. In fact, in the middle of writing this, the game got a new patch that attempts to fix this issue, and I gave it a shot afterwards, but I still sort of ran into the issue, so this is definitely a work in progress. Now, against friends, online's a bit better since you have more options available to you, and you can set private rooms with a password to keep stalkers out. I mean, what stalkers? But I don't like how you can't change your character without having to leave the ring or the waiting line. I'm next up to bat, but I see my friend rocking a Dark Samus pretty effectively thanks to spectator mode, so I want to switch to Dr. Mario, but doing so sends me to the back of the line because of that shit. Now, I'm sure my friends are willing to shuffle around to get me back in place, but I can't always count on folks honoring the bro code, you know, so I just wish I can switch characters whenever I pleased without affecting my current position. So yeah, it all still needs some work, and I hope they continue to iron out the wrinkles, but I'm happy I can still play with my friends across large distances and get more playtime that way. Smash Ultimate does have the standard single-player content, but this is where the game predictably falters if you ask me. It easily has one of the best classic modes though, to start with the positives. Every character has their own predetermined pathway centralizing on a theme related to them. Luigi, for instance, has a thing against scary creatures, so he takes on a lot of dark characters to conquer his fears. Meta Knight, Kirby's main rival, spends his adventure clobbering other characters along with their rivals, and Wii Fit Trainer spends their time getting fat asses back to shape. Alright, I can read between the lines, I'll put the phone down, I guess I don't need that pizza just yet. And in addition to having Master Hand and Crazy Hand return as endgame bosses, some characters have their own final bosses to deal with. Mario can face off against Giga Bowser, Kirby can duke it out with Marks, the Belmonts versus Dracula, Luigi versus Dracula, Duck Hunt Dog against Rathalos from Monster Hunter, what the shit. But this is my favorite, the Zelda characters against Ganon, complete with Breath of the Wild music in the background. That is perfect. Classic mode is the way to go for single player action. Each pathway doesn't take more than 10 minutes to complete. You can increase the difficulty if you're up for the added challenge, and it's a pretty reliable way to unlock additional fighters, which is no doubt more exciting than ever given the absurdly large roster and how much you have to unlock. You only have the original 8 fighters to start with, and you have to unlock the rest, but really, I felt like a teenager again when I started unlocking the characters I really wanted to play as, and when their silhouette appeared, I got all tingly inside. It is easily one of the most rewarding aspects of Smash Bros. Ultimate. And now, if you happen to lose against the challenger, you can have a rematch after a certain amount of time passes by selecting this icon on the menu. It's not that I didn't totally enjoy my time with the other single player options, but everything else feels half-baked, and some long-time minigames are no longer here, like Break the Targets or Home Run contests. This minigame in Classic mode is sort of like Race to the Finish from Smash 64, but it wears out its welcome quickly. Century Smash lets you choose a fighter and attempt to knock out 100 Mii fighters all in one life. It's the standard multi-man melee from before, but they also made All-Star mode like this now, where instead of facing off against every character in the game using limited health items, you now face them all in this endless mode. I guess it's more straightforward, and given the sheer size of the roster, maybe it was for the best that they changed it like this, but I kinda miss the old All-Star mode. Cruel Smash, I mean, what do you want me to say about that?
Game!
Yeah, that's about right. But you can use your collectible amiibo figures to make custom fighters like before, or you can use certain ones to unlock spirits for adventure mode or spirits mode. Smash Ultimate doesn't have trophies to collect, and that's a bummer despite totally understanding why they were omitted. I'd imagine they were a huge time sink to create, but that was always one of my favorite things to do in single player, collecting these things. Their omission certainly leaves a large void in getting the most out of single player for me, and spirits don't exactly fill the gap. These are collectible pictures that can act as status buffs for your character. You can use them in standard multiplayer, but their main purpose lies in spirits and adventure mode. In these modes, you can face off against opponents with different stipulations in what's pretty much this game's equivalent to event mode. To compare it to something. Maybe the room is filled with a dense fog or the floor is lava or some other shit. Spirits can help you even the odds either by canceling out the current obstacle or giving you a beneficial handicap like an added item, or it just gives you added attack power and defense. These benefits can also be enhanced by leveling spirits up. Using these snacks and whatnot, you can win in either these modes or in classic mode. Certain spirits can evolve into much stronger spirits once you level them up enough, and there's even some you can create by fusing other spirits together. There is something to enjoy about collecting these things, I will admit. They're a step above the stickers in Brawl, I find, and when you can score the bounty on those elusive legendary spirits that can pop up from time to time, there's a sense of accomplishment there. It's like beating classic mode in the hardest setting. But this whole thing never goes beyond the niche threshold. This isn't what I consider a killer selling point. You collect stickers for the sake of powering up your character to get more stickers, a time sink and nothing more. But if you want the purest definition of time sink, look no further than Smash Ultimate's adventure mode titled World of Light. So in this mode, our heroes gather up to face a new threat known as Gleam, and believing that first impressions are everything, this motherfucker just straight up nukes everybody. Bam! 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 Bam!
Fucking
Bam!
come to help you find your family.
Bam! The lone survivor ends up being Kirby, because of course he is, and with nothing but his determination and an empty stomach most likely, he sets off into this large world, rescuing the captured fighters from their imprisonment and wiping the world of these numerous clones that Galima sent all over the place. This is the entire mode. You run across the map, face off against a CPU opponent with a different stipulation, you use stickers to your advantage, lather, rinse, repeat for about 20 to 30 hours, and I am not underselling that. That's all you're getting. There's no story to speak of besides stopping Galima, and it certainly isn't no subspace emissary as far as having those cute little character interaction moments go. Needless to say, I did not feel the need to finish this for this video. After about 5 hours, I got bored. This is something you play in chunks, not to be marathon. It is so mindless. Spirits are meant to incorporate a degree of strategy given how absurdly difficult some of these challenges can be. And like, I only got the Pauline sticker because the Princess Peach AI managed to kill herself after about 10 attempts. But there's no real need to plan out what spirits to use for this or that when you can just let the game choose the best spirit for the job with the push of a button. And seeing how there's a disgustingly large amount of stickers to collect in this world that could be leveled up by continuously fighting, you will get what you need in time. And to be fair, it does feel good going back to a super tough challenge with a proper setup and winning the day, but this is not something I'm willing to sink 20 to 30 hours in. At least not now, because if I want to unlock custom themes from the main menu, I have to beat this mode to unlock that, and I'm not looking forward to that. I'd gladly take Subspace Emissary over this if given the choice, or Smash Run. That was a good mode. Not Smash Tour, I still think that's a waste of time. But you know what, given that I always get the most out of Smash Brothers with multiplayer, this is all completely harmless to me. Would I have liked a little more? Of course, but given that I enjoy classic mode enough already, these modes are just there if I want to do something else with my time, and the internet happens to be down. That said, it's Super Smash Brothers the way I loved it for years. Shit, close to 2 decades at this point, because yeah, this series is turning 20 years old next month. How's that for some gray hairs? If you need another reason to get yourself a Nintendo Switch, well, here you go. For Nintendo games, I don't think it gets any better than this as far as having fun with friends and family go. It's a great time for all ages and it's going to be around for years to come, not just because of the sheer number of characters or stages to choose from, but because of the upcoming DLC. I kind of want this to be the last Smash Brothers game for years though. I'm talking taking a decade-long break or some other shit, because I don't see how you can top something like this in just a few years' time. Now, I'm pretty sure this will be the last game Sakurai directs, and it'll be interesting to see where the series goes when that time comes, but I hope that time is a long ways off, you know? This is a fantastic game that is going to have a fantastic shelf life through multiplayer matches, live streams, tournaments, both local and mainstream. It's going to make Nintendo a lot of money, and I can only hope that Nintendo knows when to take it easy and let things stew for the sake of keeping things fresh. But that will do it for this video. Happy smashing to those that get the game. Maybe I'll see you online for a few matches. Who knows? Thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night. Happy holidays and take care.